What's up, guys? Welcome again to Metamorphosis Fitness, and to present it to you again, it's Dr. H. And today's video basically will be on how to gain weight. I made this video with regards to a lot of people were reaching out to me and asking me how I gained my muscle and my goals from the point where I was before in life to the point I am at now. So this video particularly will be the most important video you ever watch when you're trying to gain muscle or just trying to put on some weight. So before we get into the video, I want to talk about something very important. So guys, Progressive Youth Initiative is an organization run by one of my classmates, and they are running a campaign known as the Tipozile campaign. Now this campaign is aimed at supporting child education, so I want us to support it in any kind of way that you think you can. No amount is too little, and the little that you have to offer can and will massively impact the life of a child somewhere out there. Before getting into anything else, I want to talk about the three basic body types that you can have. So there's the ectomorphic side, mesomorphic, and then the endomorphic side. In this video, I'll be focusing on how to move from the ectomorphic side to the mesomorphic side, and a little bit of an in-between phase between the endo and mesomorphic side. And with today's video, it will be based on I'm going to split it into three parts. First of all, we're going to talk about the nutrition involved. Secondly, your workouts and how you should structure your workouts to meet your goals. And thirdly, we have to talk about the mindset as well, because we are not only a fitness channel but as well as a wellness channel. And I believe that if you're trying to work out, it goes hand in hand with the way you're keeping your mental health. And with the nutrition section, I'm going to split it into three parts again, because I want to talk about only the macronutrients. I don't want to go too in detail with talking about the nutrition part, because I'll have another segment where I'm just talking specifically about the nutrition and how to check. Let's say you want to buy some food, how to check the contents that are in the food and to know which food specifically meets your goals, whether it's being trying to gain weight or trying to lose or just anything else basically. So with the macronutrients, basically there are the three of them. We have the carbohydrates, the proteins, and as well as the fats. First of all, we're going to dive into the carbohydrates. So with the macronutrients, what I'll also be doing is I'm going to split it again into three parts, believe it or not. So with the macronutrients, what I want to start talking about is defining what they are. Secondly, talking about when you should eat those particular macronutrients, and thirdly, what happens when you eat either too little or too many of that particular macronutrient that we're talking about. So first of all, let's just jump straight into the carbohydrates. So for the carbohydrates, I'm going to give first of all the primary school definition, which we all know is these are the energy giving foods. But because this is Metamorphosis Fitness and you are with Dr. H, I'm going to go further and say these are the primary source of energy of your body. So when your body needs energy, this is the first macronutrient that your body will use to process and utilize the energy basically. So with the carbohydrate, there are two kinds of carbohydrates that you need to know about. There are the simple and the complex carbohydrates. What distinguishes these two is that when you're looking at the simple carbohydrate, the simple carbohydrates, these are digested quicker and are absorbed faster than the complex carbohydrates. For the complex carbohydrates, these are stored for a very longer time than simple carbohydrates. So examples we can give of these simple carbohydrates, we have white rice, white bread, and any sugary food, because all these sugars, we have sucrose, lactose. These are all simple sugars which are quickly and rapidly absorbed and rapidly used for energy. For the complex carbohydrates, we have examples of whole wheat bread, oatmeal, which we can get from Jungle Oats, and as well as sweet potatoes as well. So with the part that I'm trying to get into, when you should be eating them, we cannot say that there's a particular type of carbohydrate which is bad for you. You can utilize both these carbohydrates depending on the usage that you need them for. Say you are just waking up and you just want a quick meal, knowing that you're going to eat again, you can utilize simple carbohydrates to the best use, because you eat them there and then they'll be digested and absorbed quickly. So if you let's say you'll be working for a longer period of time and then you'll be starved for some while, you can eat complex carbohydrates, meaning that during that period of time your body will be supplied with enough sugar to balance the blood sugar levels, because for complex carbohydrates they are stored much longer than simple carbohydrates. So in particular regards to a person that's trying to gain weight, you are on the ectomorphic side, you're trying to get into the mesomorphic or endomorphic side. Basically what you want to be doing is to not be afraid of saying no, I have to watch my carb intake and all. You have to be eating a lot, and if you want to be smart and if you're trying to gain lean muscle, I'd also encourage structuring your carb intake according to the periods of time that you're working out. So if you, let's say you're working out 19 hours, you can afford to eat 16, 17, 18 during that period of time. Also you eat something that has high carb intake. That's for someone who's trying to gain weight and not really put on fat. What actually happens as you eat those carbs between and after your workouts, before, when you eat them before your workouts, this actually means that as you're working out, you are able to burn that extra amount of carbs that you're actually putting in your body. And as you finish working out, of course the body will need enough energy for the repair process to be going on, so you can afford to eat again a high carb intake kind of food during that period of time. So meaning again it will be utilized. What actually happens is when you're eating a lot of food rich in carbohydrates, is a hormone known as insulin will be released. Insulin will promote the absorption of all these sugars after they're broken down by various enzymes in your body. After these sugars are absorbed, they'll be deposited under your skin as fat, and we don't really want that. So this is what happens when you're eating too much carbohydrates. So but when your carb intake is very low, what actually happens is again your body will recognize that fact and it will release another hormone. This hormone is known as a stress hormone for a reason, which I'll explain later on. This hormone, what it actually does, the scientific name is known as cortisol. Cortisol will go first of all to the same layers that I talked to you about, the adipose tissue, which is just found under your skin, and then it will digest the fat there and as well as the muscles. So when you're starving yourself or you're just not having enough carbohydrate intake, that's really what even explains, like you are working out, you're having like protein and you are too mindful on the carb intake, that such that you are not really taking enough carbohydrates. Cortisol, as you're trying to build muscle, will be breaking down the muscle fiber for energy, because it recognizes your body does not have enough energy at that point in time. So what you want to be doing is again making sure as you are taking your carbs in, make sure that you eat enough such that cortisol does not get released, and your body has enough time and is more focused on the repair process. For the second macronutrient that we're going to look at today, we're going to look at the proteins. What are proteins? Proteins are the building block of all muscle, as well as other important molecules throughout the body. Examples of protein include food like fish, meat, legumes, as well as vegetables. Surprisingly, for vegetables like spinach, these are very rich in protein. So what you want to be doing as you're trying to bulk up, as you're trying to gain muscle, you already know that this is the building block of muscle. So what you want to be doing is ramp up your protein intake. Make sure you get as much protein throughout the day. But if you want to be really smart about it, you can structure your protein intake as well, based on when you're going to work out. So you have to be taking a relatively high amount of protein before your workout and after your workout as well. So what actually happens is when you have when you're not eating enough protein, what actually occurs is that not only your muscles will be affected, but as well as your bones. This will severely weaken your bones, and as well as the proteins also help in making what are known as neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are just these messengers that are responsible for sending information throughout your brain. So you're not having enough protein, that also causes problems with the way you're thinking and your mental state as well. The third and final macronutrient we're going to look at is the fats. Fats are very controversial in that being a lot of people have mixed feelings towards them, thinking they're all bad. But with fats, they're a very important macronutrient in the body, in that fats are used in the synthesis of hormones. Hormones are very important, let's say, for muscle growth to occur. For you to have these muscles, you need two important hormones, and that is growth hormone as well as testosterone. fat will work as a precursor for the testosterone because this is a steroid hormone, so we need a significant amount of fat. So when we're talking about healthy fats, I can give an example, a very good example. A source for healthy fats is the avocados. Let's say you're going to have a meal that's very high in fat, and you're feeling like you are taking in more than you can afford. You can eat it before and after your workouts. Before your workouts you can burn the extra amount of fat that you have ate, and then after the workout, the amount of fat that is extra that you have ate again can be utilized accordingly. But when you're eating way too much unhealthy fats, it will get deposited in your blood vessels, and we do not want that, because what actually happens is that will cause hypertension and as well as high blood pressure as well, which is very bad. Let me know in the comment section if it will help you, and if again being in the comment section and being public is uncomfortable for you, make sure that you can reach me throughout my various social media handles. DM me at any point in time. I'm here for you guys. I don't know, thank you again for watching this video. Thank you again for multiplying our subscribers by 4. I am very grateful, guys. You just do not know what this means to me. So that concludes our video. Until next time, guys, bye.